Hi everybody, quick video here for futures trading, February 22nd, 2012. First thing we're going to look at is the E-mini S&P. Took a trade on there this morning, made a few $100s on 5 contracts. What happened was, you see here that in the pre-market it comes off of its pivot. After the market opens, which is represented by this horizontal bar here, it ranges around for some time, and then around noon Eastern time, actually about 11:45, it comes down and it hits the first support level there. I decided to get out of 3 of those contracts for only a point, so I set that at 1355, and as you can see here, it takes some time before it finally moves up. We had a light volume day today, not a great deal of trading. So that comes up and sells there at 1355. I then, on the 2 remaining contracts, moved a stop to that level there. So I had a stop order sitting there at 1354. A while later, I sold another one at 1355.75, and then of course I changed my stop to only a single contract. As the market moved up, it goes a bit more than halfway back to the pivot point, so I moved the stop up to that 1355.75 mark, and of course, as you can see, for whatever reason, that order is not showing on the chart, but it does come down and it stops me out. So had $325 in profit on 5 contracts that I took there. The next trade was gold. If you were watching gold today, you would have seen it really rocket up in the afternoon. As you can see here, it was trading quite a bit today just above its pivot point, and then right here at a little bit after 1 o'clock Eastern time, it suddenly rockets up. It goes from 1759 or so all the way up to 1774. Now, our resistance point was at 71.3. I sold 5, so I was short in this market, which was very scary. But if you watch me trade, you know that I scalp 3 of the contracts very quickly, which I did here. I bought at 70.3, so I made 10 ticks on 3 contracts. Then I immediately moved the stop down to the entry, so I had a stop on 2 contracts, and of course it was hit. So the scalping method that I used worked really well in this particular case, and I was very happy that I did it. I scalped, I moved my stop on the last 2 contracts to my break-even point, to my entry, and then the market rockets back up. I'm holding those last 2 contracts in anticipation of the market, retracing back down. But in this case it did not. It rocketed back up. So very happy that I took the 10 ticks on those 3 contracts today, because it saved me from what would have been a pretty bad position right now. Markets overall were very slow today, other than a couple of moves. You can see, this was very early in the morning here on the British pound. That was during some news that came out at 4:30 in the morning, and then it just kind of trades around down around its support level. The euro currency here mostly just traded right at its pivot pretty much all day, so not a lot going on there. Oil, a lot of scare going on, a lot of fear going on, but it never hit its first resistance level, so we did not get a trade there. It was mostly bouncing around between the pivot and then the 50% mark between the pivot and the resistance level. It finally breached up above the 50% mark quite a bit here, but never hit the resistance. So a little bit difficult to trade there, so we ended up not taking a trade. But a good day. 5 contracts on gold, 5 contracts on the E-mini S&P. Walked out the door with a little bit more than $600. If you want to follow along live as I'm doing this, I do this live in the ProEdge trading group trading room every day. And if you want more information, go to proedgetradinggroup.com.